Welcome, Bonavista Baptist Church, and any guests that are checking in. This is our Tuesday update for April the 7th, 2020. A special shout out to all the people who are still working, all of our essential service workers and our grocery clerks, our delivery drivers, our frontline healthcare workers. Thanks for the work that you are doing on our behalf. I also want to say that we are praying especially for a number of people this last week, especially for people who are home alone and have to be isolated, especially for families who are alone with children and have to manage all of that chaos. We're praying especially for those who have lost their job over this last couple of weeks. And we're praying especially for those who are not feeling well or are sick. And so our thoughts and our prayers literally are with you. Pastor Samuel and I, each and every day, we think of you, we miss you, but we are praying for you and praying for God's peace, for safety, for God's grace to be evident in your lives. Well, we have an exciting ministry week here at Bonavista Baptist Church. Even though we're not gathering in any way for the month of April, we still continue to find ways to serve one another and to promote the gospel in this place and beyond. Here's a couple of ways that you can check in. Our youth are doing a phenomenal job of meeting together. And thanks so much for Eric, for his leadership in that way. A lot of the youth are actually back in a school routine, even though they're doing it from home. And so Eric has adjusted the youth schedule, and you need to check that out on our website. One great event that he's doing this week is on Wednesday, and it's the text message scavenger hunt. And if you want to be part of that as a family, you can check in and find on our website how to register for that. Eric will send you the information. Speaking of Wednesday, we are going to do our very first attempt at a Bible study and prayer gathering through Zoom. You need to register for this so I can send you the link and the password. And we're going to keep this one fairly short and manageable, but we plan to do this every Wednesday, every week as we go through this time together. On Friday, it's Good Friday. We're not able to meet, but we are going to film a very special spiritual checkup, and it'll be the Good Friday edition. So you're going to want to tune in for that. And Easter Sunday is coming up, and we have some special things planned for Easter Sunday service as well. One of the things that Pastor Samuel would love you to do is for you to record a very simple Easter greeting, 10 seconds long, on your phone or some other ways. If you need help with that, give us a call and send it to him. And he's going to put it all together so we can have a great Easter greeting time on Easter Sunday. So participate in that. That'd be great. Well, one of the things we've been concerned about are the people within our congregation and in our neighborhood who don't use internet or have access to internet. Maybe they don't have a computer or a tablet or a laptop or a smartphone, and so they're not able to access our sermons or our services. So this week, we are really pleased to announce that we have purchased a dedicated toll-free number so that anyone can call in that number and listen to the sermon of the week. When I was a kid, we used to have this thing called Dial a Story, and you could actually call this number on your phone and listen to a story on the phone. Well, this is Dial a Sermon, and so our seniors, those without internet access, can simply pick up their phone, dial the number, and they'll hear the announcements, a prayer, and the message from the previous Sunday. And so that's really exciting. We'll put the number on the screen, spread the word, and that's another way that we can minister to one another and stay in touch. Well, with all the crazy stuff that's happening, the reality is that life still goes on. We still have birthdays. A lot of you celebrated birthdays this last week. We still have school for some of us, work for some of us. We still have bills to pay. Life goes on, medical appointments for some of you that you've had to keep. Well, we've also had some people who have moved house. And we've got a couple, a young family, who are moving on Wednesday. And they're moving to Saskatchewan. And so we want to check in with them. And I had a chance to sit down and kind of interview them. John and Kate Shearman with their two lovely girls, Abigail and Charlotte. They're leaving us, but they're going to an exciting new opportunity. So why don't you check out this video interview. Thanks so much. I'm sitting down with John and Kate Shearman, and they don't have their lovely daughters with them today.
Sorry.
But But that's okay. We love them too. They are on the move. And so we thought it would be a great opportunity just to sit down and have a chat, see where they're going, where God is leading them, and know how we can pray for them. Mm-hmm. So you guys, it's sad that you're leaving, but tell us, where are you going?
We are headed to a little widening in the road, a little town in Saskatchewan called Moosomin. I've accepted an invitation to become the lead pastor of the Baptist church there. Mm-hmm. And so this has been something that has been in the works for a while, became official right before the world went crazy. And so as a result, it's kind of the news has been slow in getting out, but we leave next week. So things are happening fast.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. I've actually been to Moosomin, and it's a great spot, as you know, and been to the church, and fantastic people there too. What's in Moosomin for you guys besides the church? What's the draw? Why Moosomin?
It's a small community that has amazing resources. So it's a lot of people in a similar situation to us, where they're taking the next stage in their career, and they're getting posted in kind of the middle of nowhere, and they have huge sports facilities. They have the hospital for the southeastern region there, and so it's a really cool situation where it's a lot of young families and in similar situations to us. It's just an exciting community. They're all vibrant and eager and enjoying life, and so we're pretty excited to.
We found a real sense of peace when we went out there. The couple of times we've been out to visit, both in the community and in the church. We just felt right at home right away. Yeah. It felt right.
Yeah.
That's awesome, and it's good. It's one of our family of churches, so it's part of the CBWC. So we're not losing you guys entirely. And they've been huge supporters of the Canadian Food Grains Bank,
yes.
With an incredible growing project there for many years. Mm-hmm. So that's exciting to connect with that too, eh?
Very, very much so. I mean, as someone who grew up in missions, that's a big deal to me, right? So.
Yeah, totally. So where have you seen God at work in this? I mean, it's such a crazy time to move, and yet exciting at the same time. Where have you seen God at work in all this?
For me, the biggest thing has been exactly that this is such a crazy time to move, and yet somehow it all seems to be coming together. When things started happening and people were asked to start self-isolating and physically distance and whatnot, we didn't know if we'd be able to move. We didn't know what that would look like. And God has somehow ordained it all. The chair of the board at the church where I'm headed is actually, he's not just a doctor, he's an epidemiologist. And so he is on top of things and very good about telling us what's safe to do and what's not safe to do. And people have been stepping up to help as possible. I mean, it's been a lot of work, but God has somehow managed to make it happen, even though by all accounts, it probably shouldn't be happening in the middle of all of this. So it's been just amazing to see.
And on the move, larger as a whole, everything has just fallen perfectly into place, which never happens for
us. That's right. That's right.
And so, yeah, it's even amongst all of this, everything's just falling perfectly into place. And yeah,
that's so good to hear. How can we pray for you guys as you head out? What are some of the challenges or prayer requests?
Well, it's I'm not sure that this is the ideal circumstances to be starting serving as a pastor of a church. So that's number one. Going somewhere and trying to lead and serve as a pastor while not being able to meet one-on-one with people or in any group settings, that's certainly new. I never envisioned it starting this way. So pray for that side of things professionally in my ministry for sure. And then for our girls, moving to a small town, moving somewhere where we're leaving support networks, we're leaving family, moving farther away from all family. That's going to be a difficult transition, and it's going to be something that we're going to need to establish new rhythms of life and new support systems. And so, yeah, please pray that God will have a hand in that.
Especially doing it from a social distancing standpoint.
Yeah.
pray for us. It might have some lonely moments,
Yeah.
some desert feeling experiences, but it'll be good. It'll be good. God's moving in all of it.
That's right.
That's been very cool to watch.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Is there anything else you just want to add at the end?
Yeah, just real quick, I want to say we've been a part of Bonavista now for about 3 years. And what many people may not know is that we came to Bonavista as kind of refugees. Without getting into details, we were coming. We were in a state, a time in our lives where we were hurting. We were not doing well spiritually or emotionally, and Bonavista provided a safe place for us to grieve what was going on in our lives and to work through things, and has been so incredibly supportive over our time there. I often say it's not many churches that would allow you to come in and say, I want to be part of this church, I want to feel a part of things, and also I might leave at any moment, which is exactly what's happening. And Bonavista has been that. And I don't think that you've gotten enough credit as a community and as a church for allowing people to come in and heal, particularly in our situation.
Yeah.
And it has been so incredibly humbling to us, and we are forever in your debt for that.
Well, thanks. It's been great having you guys here, and we're sad to see you go. But I just want to say, may God bless you and keep you. May God cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you and give you peace, especially during this move and this time. So, and we'll be in touch. We'll maybe, once all this settles down, touch base and see how you're doing, and maybe we can share that with the congregation too.
Be wonderful.
Be great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Take
you.
care, guys. Thanks so much.